on your side. This is WNCT 9 News at 5.
Temperature readings outside today, well, they've been a little on the cool side. You might even call it cold when you woke up first thing this morning. 61 degrees currently in Greenville, 65 in Washington, 64 in Goldsboro, and 63 down south in Kinston. New Bern at 62. No rainfall for us to worry about tonight. We've seen a lot of sunshine today, but also some clouds here or there. Most of the rainfall to be found is going to be passing through the North Carolina mountains, and even in the higher elevations, a little frozen precipitation has been occurring over the past day or so. Around here, though, we're going to be much too warm for anything like that. We'll see a lot of sunshine as we head into the day tomorrow, too. In fact, quiet weather through midweek. Some changes arrive for the weekend, though. We'll talk about that coming up. The longest-running newscast in the East starts now.
Coming up on WNCT 9 News at 5, one town in eastern North Carolina is looking to add social districts downtown. How they're getting the public's opinion. Plus,
election season of 2023 is here. I'm Erin Jenkins in Greenville with what you need to know before you cast your vote.
Plus, it's homecoming season for the Pirates. How ECU is getting ready for thousands to come to Greenville. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Courtney Courtwright. Ken and Angie are off. Thanks so much for joining us for your news at 5. Developing out of Onslow County, the North Carolina Wildlife Resources Commission is investigating a possible boating accident in Stella. Officials say they were called to the boat ramp off of Stella Road this afternoon to recover a body from the water. They say an autopsy will be done to identify the person and the cause of death. We're working to find out more information about this incident. Stay with us on air and online at WNCT.com. WNCT is your local election headquarters. Believe it or not, we're less than a month away from Election Day, and early voting is happening this week. You might be wondering who's on the ballot or how you can cast your vote. 9 on your side's Erin Jenkins has what you need to know from Pitt County.
Early voting for counties across the state starts this Thursday. For voters in Pitt County, they can cast their ballot here at the county office complex for early voting. And one thing new this year to keep in mind is you will need an ID to cast your vote. Pitt County Board of Elections has been busy preparing for one-stop voting. From training their staff to testing their machines. Election officials say they expect about a 15% turnout for this year's municipal election. If you plan to hit the polls, you'll need to bring an ID.
They just need to state their name and address, and they will need to show some form of photo ID. Most common is probably going to be a driver's license, but you can use a passport, the photo ID that county boards of elections can issue to registered voters, and you've got military, veteran, travel enrollment cards.
Early voting runs through November 4th across North Carolina. Election Day is on November 7th. Officials hope you'll utilize early voting for shorter wait times and more convenient hours and locations. For Pitt County voters, there will be 4 other early voting sites open up on October 30th. To find a location closest to you, you can visit our website at WNCT.com. In Greenville, Erin Jenkins, 9 on your side.
If you're voting in Pitt County, 2 East Carolina professors are making it really easy to learn more about your candidates. Cindy Elmore and Brian Massey are communication professors at ECU. They've created this website, Voter 411 ENC. There you can find all the candidates running for offices in Pitt County. Elmore says it is important for voters to be informed.
We've had candidates tell us, and the information is on our website, I'm going to work for a new fire station here. I'm going to work for an indoor athletic facility in this town, or I'm going to work for better police protection in this city. And if that's your priority as well, and you read about it, that tells you something about what candidate to vote for.
The website is nonpartisan. You can find it at voter411enc.org. And we want to hear from you about this tonight. In our Vote Now on 9 poll, we're asking, are you planning to vote early this election? To vote, you can scan that QR code right there at the bottom right side of your screen. You can also use the free 9 on your side mobile app and find Vote Now on 9 over in the menu, or you can simply go to WNCT.com/vote to weigh in. Should there be social districts in the city of Kinston? That's something the city's planning department wants your help with and your opinion on. Last week, they held the first of several community input sessions. These sessions are to hear what people who live there think about a possible social district.
Anybody who is interested in seeing Kinston grow, I think the social district definitely will impact Kinston in a positive way, increasing economic development, but also encouraging people to just come down and utilize downtown Kinston.
The next meeting is Thursday at 9 in the morning. The final meeting is October 31st at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. WNCT is the official station of the ECU Pirates. People are unpacking their purple and gold to get ready for homecoming week. Now on your side, Sarah Gray Barr has more.
Preparations for this year's homecoming week started last year. The theme is Surfing ECU, and organizers say they're bringing out crowds. Each year, student organizations compete for the Spirit Cup with banners, skits and dances, canned food drives, and more, all to show their pirate spirit.
We try to base some of our activities around the surfing theme, and so you'll see some surfboard simulator games, and you'll see lots of beach music, obviously.
More groups than ever are participating.
You'll have several hundred students that are doing things throughout the week. Some of them are painting the banners, some of them are in the skits, some of them are designing floats, and so you see different pieces of their strengths come out through those different activities.
Expecting thousands of people to join in on the action. At ECU, the theme Surf and ECU shows fun is year-round.
You know, just trying to bring a good vibe to homecoming. It's the middle of October, but we're still reminiscing on summer, that's for sure.
It all leads up to Saturday's parade and the much-anticipated football game. Everyone has their favorite part of homecoming.
I think my favorite part would be seeing all the organizations come together and really give back to the community through Camp Food Drive or bringing the students together during skit night.
But at the end of the day, homecoming brings Pirate Nation together. Go Pirates! To check out the full homecoming week lineup, go to homecoming.ecu.edu, or you can visit our website at WNCT.com. In Greenville, Sarah Gray Barr, 9 on your side.
Across the state, the head of the North Carolina Department of Motor Vehicles says the agency has cut wait times in some parts of our state, but he says they still need more offices and more people. Commissioner Wayne Goodman says the DMV has filled about 200 permanent jobs in the last year and a half. He says those signing bonuses have helped with that, but the state has a cap on the number of permanent jobs the DMV can offer. Goodwin wants lawmakers to boost that cap. He also says large counties also need more locations to serve its customers.
The wait times are better in some places, but in the metro areas we need help, and I think more employees and then more offices.
Earlier this year, the DMV restricted appointments to the mornings because they had so many people missing their appointments. Now there's no availability at some locations for the next 3 months. Turning now to the latest in the Gaza Strip and Israel. With the threat of an Israeli ground invasion, destruction continues to intensify in Gaza. The Israeli Prime Minister says the goal of a ground offensive is a, quote, crushing victory over Hamas. In Gaza, Hamas propaganda videos show militants using a web of underground tunnels.
There are going to be improvised explosive devices, there will be booby traps, there will be suicide vests.
Evacuations are still underway. Palestinians with dual citizenship are crowding the border crossing from Gaza into Egypt. Americans are also getting out by an evacuation ship. U.S. charter flights will go through Tuesday. Meanwhile, President Joe Biden is considering a possible visit to Israel. And across the country, the Justice Department is launching an investigation into alleged hate crime in Illinois. This after a 6-year-old Muslim boy was stabbed to death and his mother was hurt over the weekend. Chicago police say the victims were targeted because they are Muslim. They say the 6-year-old and his mother were stabbed by the family's 71-year-old landlord, Joseph Zuba. The boy was stabbed 26 times. His mother survived after being stabbed more than a dozen times.
He knocked on the door and that he attempted to choke her and said, "You Muslims must die," and attempted to stab her and stabbed her.
Just days before, local Muslim leaders issued a warning about creating an anti-Muslim environment that could lead to someone getting hurt. While many world leaders pledged their support to Israel, large crowds in Charlotte voiced their support for Palestine on Sunday during a march in Uptown. Erica Lunsford has this story.
First Ward Park was filled with hundreds of people. Many marching through the streets of Uptown, rallying for the Palestinian community.
We are here in this protest to call upon the people of Charlotte, the good-hearted people, to call upon our politicians to stop the killing, the indiscriminate, deliberate genocide that is taking place in the Gaza Strip.
Khaled Hajaji, a member of the Palestinian community in Charlotte, says most of the people at the rally are condoning the killings of innocent people regardless of their background, but are coming together to share the message that they are hurting too.
That our Palestinian community is heavily affected. We have many of our members, Palestinian members in Charlotte, who have family in Gaza, in the Gaza Strip, and who were either killed or injured. Our hearts are broken that we are seen or portrayed in the media as not as equal humans.
Up next, your complete Storm Team 9 7-day forecast. Going forward, we have some quiet weather through midweek, but some changes coming for the weekend. We'll talk about all the details next.